Please leave a message after the
The piece goes, headmaster of 30 years who used school funds to build sex dungeon is struck off.
Could you read the headline again, please? I just wasn't sure I heard you the first time.
A headmaster of 30 years who used school funds to build sex dungeon is struck off.
Have we heard his side though, to be fair?
I'm gonna give you guys a platform.
Always two sides to the story. But
Exactly.
go on,
I'm gonna read this off in the spirit of JJ's mate. What's his name?
Simon Radley.
All right. A headmaster of 30 years who used school funds to build a sex dungeon in his office has been struck off, a tribunal heard. James Stewart, 74, was executive principal at Sawtrey Village Academy in Cambridgeshire, where he set up an inner sanctum in his office containing rugs, cushions, lubricant, and sex toys. He had already been convicted of defrauding the school of more than 100,000 in bogus expense claims, as well as misconduct.
Don't want to hear his side now. There is no side.
As well as misconduct in public office. That stated he regularly had sex in his office, which was specially modified for this habit.
Oh my God.
The sex then was uncovered when a roofing contractor spotted a large purple sex toy through the office skylight.
Sounds like a nosy neighbour to me, but come on.
This is where it gets kind of weird, but some people might say, oh, not surprised there. Stewart, a Cambridge graduate who was paid $120,000 a year to run the school, claimed expenses for his bespoke office suite. While at the school, Stewart used school funds to subscribe to a monthly wine club, pay hotel bar bills, and his TV media package.
This guy's born.
He also gave himself unauthorized pay rises and used cash to buy alcohol and go on personal ski trips abroad, leaving the school in special measures. Stewart set up direct debits costing $2,900, so let's call it $3,000 in total for food, mobiles, and other items with no receipts or explanation provided. The details of Stewart's lavish fraud came to light since a court order was lifted on a colleague who was also charged with the fraud. Let's see. He resigned as headmaster in 2014 after Ofsted inspectors branded the school inadequate and placed it in special measures.
Okay.
And I think we'll cut off there. But since then, the school has hired someone else, and the school is now back as by Ofsted, classified as good.
Did they say what they did with the space of the sex dungeon?
Man.
Did they make it into a
Good
sex ed
Good at
classroom?
what?
So-
That's the thing, man.
I'll just wrap it up here. Mr. Woods said the panel took into account the significant detrimental impact on the financial position of the college and the more lasting damage to pupils' education during his reign. Stewart, who did not attend the hearing, has the right to appeal against the decision. The school is now under new leadership and was rated as good by Ofsted as its most
Oh my God. Same ruling.
Ofsted being the school kind of how do you describe Ofsted for our non-British listeners?
There's some organisation overseeing, making sure
like a public body that
things are right.
rate schools.
Overseas.
They're toughy nosy.
Yeah, that'd be the regulator. That'd be the regulators.
The regulators of schools.
Yeah.
Let me just give you some criticism on that story, Stanley. Okay, when you was reading that story, I didn't really feel like a passionate enthusiasm for the material. You see, when you're doing a Stanley story, I want
Holy shit! He's already critiquing you.
I need some
There's
more
a
energy.
sex dungeon story here.
Yeah, but I know. I felt like
I don't
we
like
could
the
have
way you delivered that
felt some
story,
more
man.
lovely energy from that story. You just felt so dispassionate about the content. I don't know.
You spoon-fed me the story.
No.
See, this is what happens when he's hating on someone else, taking the shine off him right
I know
now.
how it feels, man.
Well, actually, with this story,
I was just trying to get through it quickly for the sake of the listeners.
Why?
I would say with one story.
Why such a juicy story?
This is one school where if the teacher said, go to the headmaster's office, he'll be like, all right, I'm going to check my behavior. I'm so sorry. I ain't never going to fuck up again. They were like, no.
It sounds like
you done fucked up. You're going over there.
It sounds like, look, the thing that he's
See
definitely...
that sex swing when you walk in there? You're like, oh shit, man, what the hell?
This guy sounds like he needs his own 50 Shades of Grey book or movie. So
He sounds like he wrote the book.
it does. To be honest, it does.
So okay, so he had the sex dungeon stuff, right? So
That's right.
what how was it utilized? I mean, I'm presuming, I'm hoping it was after school hours.
That's what it sounds like. No,
You know?
no students involved.
It was
The guy
just
was
like,
smart,
I'm hoping, you know, he was cracking it on the other teachers, and that was it. You know, if we're keeping it PG.
Did you say cracking? Cracking
Yeah,
the whip?
cracking it on. Yeah, that was it. Well, yeah, literally, figuratively, however you want to take it. Yeah.
But apparently, according to the article, he did retreat into his office for long periods of time, like without any explanation as to what he was doing.
IT guy must have seen his hard drive like, I was here to clean up some stuff. What the fuck?
Look, man. if I heard in that story that there was pupils involved,
Oh my god!
I would not be making any kind of jovial attempts at levity.
I'm telling that teacher, you better throw this hard drive into the sea so no one can see the shit.
Honestly,
It sounds like he separated what he was doing from the students, though.
he separated his work and
Yeah,
his,
you know, because if it was a crazy, well, it's a crazy enough story, but I mean, obviously, with if there was some dubious stuff that was going on with the students, it just sounded like he was a freak.
yeah.
He got up to some freaky stuff, but it was just in his office. But outside, he was just, I don't know, like Mr. Taylor, or you know, just
Like
some
a
other
split
guy.
personality kind of thing.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. But you know, he loved the game so much.
The game.
He brought it into the office.
Can we do some quick maths? Let's do some quick maths.
All right,
He's
go on.
74. How old? What year? Was he born?
74.
That's what he said.
Holy shit!
He did.
74. So he's been
He's
doing
still
it.
into
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying. He's a relic of his.
74.
Yeah.
He was a veteran.
Most dudes can't even get out at that age, and he's just like
Yeah.
swinging on.
I can see some
shit.
respect in your eyes now.
I
think
can.
that's deserved, man.
You can, you know,
Yeah.
the veracity, like, you know, I don't know. Well,
Why
yeah.
does it have to be velocity? He could just be mild.
Clearly,
Veracity.
there's some veracity there, man. If he's like, you know, getting all these.
The funniest part.
all these toys and stuff like that.
The funniest part is the funniest part is where he goes, it was spotted, so it only came to light because a roofing contractor spotted a large purple sex toy through the office skylight. Can you imagine
Oh my god!
can you imagine the roofing contractor's
that roofing?
surprise? He's like, "Do-do-do-do-do." What the?
But that guy's a bit of a nosy Nancy. Why is he crossing up? Like, you're not supposed to be going and telling people what's in their
That
house.
doesn't look like.
Hang on, if
that
your
does-
kid went to that school, you wouldn't appreciate the actions of the contractor.
When you put it like that.
Yeah,
It was a school. I guess that is a bit odd.
that doesn't look like a purple pen marker.
Couldn't this guy just blame a student? Like, hey, it's a student bought that. But planted it. See this old man.
But
just wants to get
Ofsted
away with it.
gave them the same rating, and before
Good.
and after
2
they were
thumbs
like,
up.
No,
yeah,
no.
okay. Yeah, okay.
No, before they
What?
received some, I can't remember what it said, something like not inadequate. Yeah, that's the word, inadequate. Whereas now it's good. So it's
So it's like, well,
maybe a
inadequate
level of-
everywhere, but sex education is outstanding.
Exactly.
Outstanding, yeah. There's so much over here, but oh my god, this is in England, right?
Yeah,
And this
Cambridge.
is the Cambridge.
Yeah.
It's Cambridge.
Yeah.
Man, I knew they get up.
Look, I know
over there, man.
I know we're
So,
digging into. It's a great story standing, by the way. But I listen. You
it's
know,
high society motherfuckers.
I
Right?
think
They're
it's-
like
it's-
into the eyes wide shut stuff, man.
Yes,
so,
that's
they're
it.
just like, you know,
when the more
kids walking around with masks on, like
Yeah.
the more upper class you become, like the more kinkier and like weird.
definitely
I know, yeah. They're just like, you know, welcome to my layer. You got a layer?
my layer.
And it just in there, oh my god, yeah, no, yeah. As I said, yeah, that's one detention I
I
don't
was
want to
just-
be in. You know?
I was calculating
would
his
be a
age.
straight age student, man, in that school. Definitely not fucking up there.
I was calculating his age because I was looking at the architecture, like the I don't know where the school is, but I'm assuming that, you know, he might have built that in the 60s, the 50s, and you know, those caves could have been there for donkey's years.
That's true.
And the guy should take
They were-
advantage of the
so-
space.
they
I
were
think-
getting up to all sorts of shit in the 80s
When-
and stuff. So
When they say that, so it's a typical like eye grabbing headline. I don't think it was an actual dungeon. I think
Yeah,
in his
yeah,
office,
yeah.
he's just maybe he's made a demarcation in his office.
Demarcation, you know what that means?
I don't know. That,
Like
Oh,
he's
Jesus, what's
partitioned a section of his office
Oh, okay.
for
yeah.
his kinky
Ah, okay.
stuff. I think. Because I don't think it was an actual
Maybe
dungeon.
I'm
gonna start
really,
using
I'm
that word
really
there now.
envisioning a sliding wall though, like Batman, you know.
Possibly, yeah.
know.
The contractors saw it, but none of the teachers walked in like, what is that? No one teacher said that, just, he's got like a PA, I presume, or...
Well, he's not arrested, he just resigned. He resigned of his own, or because
The deputy head must have seen
think-
something, just-
Maybe they
So
was
another
involved.
teacher found out, but was like part of it basically.
These fools were in, exactly. These were in cahoots. They were all enjoying that
It's a
sex
sort of
dungeon.
sex cult over
Exactly.
here, It's like, oh my God.
And what did he do with the dungeon? Let's be honest, that shit's still there.
What, he got fired, I presume, right?
He left. He said he
He
resigned.
left, but he's only now being charged.
Charged
Oh,
with
really?
what?
Yeah.
Oh, he was embezzling.
with
He was-
misconduct. Yeah,
he was
because he was
embezzling the
taking
money,
funds
to the,
and like giving himself pay rises,
Wow.
buying like Sky
well,
TV
that's-
packages and stuff like that.
All
So-
right, Stanley, that was a hell of a story. What else you
That
got?
was.
Please leave another message at voiceofmail.com.